Clinical data are lacking regarding the risk of viral transmission from individuals who have positive test results after recovery from COVID-19. The possibility of viral transmission from individuals with persistently positive test results is particularly concerning in certain settings, including competitive sports, as the nature of the activity necessitates close physical contact, often without masking, frequent hand hygiene, and other precautions. The National Basketball Association, NBA, 2019-2020 season was suspended on March 11, 2020, because of the pandemic. The season was subsequently restarted in July 2020 in Orlando, Florida, during which approximately 4,000 individuals underwent frequent, often daily, longitudinal PCR testing in a closed campus over several months. This setting provides an opportunity to understand viral transmission dynamics and potential implications. Method. From June 11, 2020 to October 19, 2020, data were collected as part of the NBA's Occupational Health and Safety Program to safely resume the 2019-2020 basketball season and the 2020 playoffs in Orlando, Florida, within a closed campus, NBA bubble. The NBA Orlando Health and Safety Protocols required routine testing for 2 weeks before arrival at the campus, with a mandatory quarantine that ended on receipt of 2 negative PCR test results at least 24 hours apart on arrival. Mandatory testing was performed daily for individuals who were living on campus, while regular testing for local personnel who resided off campus was available before or on each day they worked on campus. The data set includes longitudinal laboratory tests collected before and during campus activities for all participating players, staff, and vendors. For each target, the instrument yields CT values that serve as proxy measurements for viral RNA concentration was used. The Roche Assay Emergency Use Authorization sets the limits of detection at CT Target 1, CT1, equal to 32.7 and CT Target 2, CT2, equal to 36.4. Cycle threshold values and RNA concentration are inversely associated, such that samples with a CT1 value of greater than 32.7 or CT2 value of greater than 36.4 are considered outside the limit of detection. A positive test result indicates the CT values were within the limit of detection. Results. Among the 3648 individuals who participated in the NBA Orlando campus program, 36 individuals, 1%, met inclusion criteria as a persistent positive case. 33, 92%, experienced their initial infection before arrival on campus. Antibodies were detected in these individuals either before or immediately following the first persistent positive RT-PCR result. No persistent positive individuals in this study had required hospitalization for their initial infection, and no cases of reinfection were observed. All remained asymptomatic throughout the remainder of testing. Persistent positive individuals had a mean number of 72 days of overall follow-up from their initial infection or first positive test result and participated in the NBA Orlando campus program for up to 100 days. Persistent positive individuals continued to have intermittent detectable SARS-CoV-2 RNA for a mean of 31 days from the date of initial infection. Notably, 18 individuals, 50%, tested positive on a RT-PCR test at least once 30 days or longer after initial infection. Patterns of persistent positive RT-PCR tests varied greatly among participants. In many cases, participants experienced several negative test results before testing positive again. For example, participants 4, 12, and 13, all of whom had detectable antibodies, experienced 13, 8, and 48 consecutive negative RT-PCR test results before testing positive again. Participants had a mean of 44 and maximum of 94 negative RT-PCR test results following their first persistent positive result before departure. Cycle threshold values for persistent positive tests were above the CT1 limit of detection, 31.7, averaging a target 1 value of 34.1. In contrast, and as expected, the CT values among individuals with diagnoses of acute infections before or, in the case of vendors, during the program were typically within the limit of detection, as previously reported. 29 individuals, 81%, with persistent positive test results participated in unmasked activities on campus, such as officiating, coaching, meals, on-court training, and basketball games. Together, they engaged in at least 14 80-person days of indoor, unmasked contact events or situations during the period of persistent positive test results, including 56-person days for which a positive test result was returned on that day. No transmission events or secondary infections were detected following contact, despite daily RT-PCR testing on the Orlando campus.